What's going on, guys? King Strats here, back with a video on the channel, and today, chopped cheeses. Ever had a chopped cheese? Chopped cheeses, if you don't know, are basically, they're an institution, especially in New York City, namely in Harlem. Growing up, I used to spend a lot of time there, actually, and a chopped cheese is what you would get from bodega, the corner store spot. It's basically a chopped burger meat. You add cheese, chop it up, and some onions in there. Now, traditionally, I know anybody that's from the area is gonna say, yeah, these ain't real chopped cheeses. Now, the beauty of a chopped cheese is you can get whatever you want in a chopped cheese. So when I ordered a chopped cheese, your boy don't like lettuce, and your boy doesn't like tomato. So this is how I ordered them. I would get a chopped cheese with mayo, and I would get mustard, because I don't really eat ketchup. Sometimes I would throw the mustard on there, and I would get some kind of hot pepper. As I got older, I didn't eat hot peppers as a kid, so there's some hot pepper on there as well. You can't really see that because it's sitting on the top. They look struggle sandwiches without the lettuce. But before I get into these, I want to try these on camera. I've been letting people try these all day. I don't, Oreo. Okay, double stuffed, gluten-free Oreos. Yeah. I haven't tried them yet. Like I said, I've been giving them out all day. I found these at a ShopRite. They have double stuffed and OG Oreos. I just want to see if there's a difference between a regular one and the gluten-free joint, to be perfectly honest. So I'm gonna try this one out. I don't need no milk or nothing. I'm only gonna have one. I know what an Oreo tastes like. I just want to see if there's a difference. The texture of the cookie's different. Obviously, they didn't use gluten. But you'd be hard pressed unless you're a person who eats a ton of Oreos like I do. Okay, I'm eating two. You wouldn't know the difference. That's not really a review. I was gonna try them anyway, so I figured I'd do that on camera because I love to try new stuff with you guys. Let me get this out of my teeth. All right, we got that cleaned up. So yeah, that's a gluten-free Oreo. If you like Oreos, you don't really need to get gluten-free unless you do have a problem with gluten. A lot of people think that gluten-free is healthy, only if you have a problem with gluten. Otherwise, it really isn't gonna make a difference. Anyway, let's get into these sandwiches. Chopped cheeses, the bodegas, the corner stores. I used to get these, bag of chips. I already cut this one open for y'all, just so y'all can get like a cross section. Now again, regular chopped cheeses, tomatoes, and lettuce are what they have to go on. And people used to clown me even as a kid because I didn't eat lettuce. But you know what? I don't put lettuce on my tacos either. It is what it is. Let's see. By the way, I didn't toast the bread. They didn't toast the bread when you got a chopped cheese growing up, so I didn't toast the bread on these either. Just a heads up. You were just getting in some nice soft run. It just hits different. They're super easy to make. You can make them at home. Make sure you get sliced cheese. Now, most of the places I do, I just use like, you know, like the Kraft, or like, it wasn't Kraft, but you know, like that kind of cheese. You can use cheddar. You want to chop it up yourself. Make sure you cook it all up, season it good, slap it on. Once it's cooked and the cheese starts melting, boom, 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 throw it in some buns. Ketchup, mayo, lettuce, and tomato is the OG version. My version, ain't no lettuce and tomato. They're so good though. It's funny what's happened with chopped cheese over the years. They've gotten popular. Like, not just in the city. It's like other people started finding out about them, so they're making different variations of them. And very similar to... Man, hold up. I don't even know what that was. Very similar to how Philly cheesesteaks obviously started in Philly, but there's a million variations of them. But if you talk to people from Philly, they're very protective of their cheesesteaks. I live right across the river from y'all, okay, NYC. I grew up in Jersey, and like I said, I did spend a lot of time in Harlem. I know somebody's gonna say something. I already know. Man, go to the bodega right now, ask them for a chopped cheese and lettuce and tomato. See what comes out. Oh, my battery's about to die. I forgot to switch the battery. I'm gonna leave that in too. Editing. Ah, bang. I did just switch the battery. I know it didn't look like it. Beautiful editing tricks by me. Usually get it in like that. You know, the wrapping paper. And you just crack that bad boy open. I used to get corn chips. I don't know if this is nationwide. I'm pretty sure it's not. Around here there's a regional chip brand. It's called Wise. And their corn chips are called Dipsy Doodles. Those are the joints I used to always get. Or the Wise chips were, what was it, onion and garlic, I think it was? I didn't care, I was a little smelly kid. I don't know, run around sweating garlic all over. It took a long time. I felt like chopped cheeses were always really underrated. But now, I think in the last year or two, they started to get like... The internet is a crazy thing, man, because food goes viral. Right now, I've been hearing a lot of stuff about fufu. Y'all don't know, it's like a Nigerian food. I should say more West African, but the Nigerian, because funny enough, my roommate in college, my freshman year, was Nigerian. So I used to eat it. So I've always known what it was. And I'll tell you this, it's actually banging. It is fire. But I've been seeing it all over Instagram, TikTok. Everybody eating fufu and you grab it with their hands and you gotta put it. It's different. Some people are afraid of different, you know, because it's a lot different to what people are. You can't, unless you're physically going to look for fufu. It's not something that you'll find readily available anywhere. You know, it hasn't been out there like that, but I guarantee you in the next couple of months you'll start seeing it pop up all over the place even more than it is. But I've always enjoyed African food. I've said this before, but I'm West Indian. I know I don't talk like it because I don't claim to be West Indian in the sense because I wasn't born there, and I do have relatives in Jamaica, but if you tell them, they'll tell you, you ain't Jamaican unless you was born there. And they don't say it like I said it. They got the patois going, if you know what that means. But the main thing was, it's very similar to African food. For a reason, you know. West Indian food came from people who came from Africa. But the cuisine got mixed up with different cultures, which is what you get. People, a lot of modern day food, because of colonization, I sound like a history teacher right now. Even traditional food, quote unquote, I was talking about the other day, al pastor, which is a Mexican dish. But technically speaking, it is actually fusion because it was brought there by immigrants from Lebanon. And that's kind of where it came from. Over the years, obviously, native Mexicans, when Spain came, colonized, so they got some Spanish flavor. And a big one that people talk about here is New Orleans, the Cajun food. They had French settlers, Africans, Spanish, and you throw it in. That's why you get things like jambalaya, which is like paella. Obviously, even the Trinity, if you don't know what the Trinity is in Cajun cooking, very similar to a mirepoix, which is French. The difference is that there are bell peppers in the Trinity, and in a mirepoix there are carrots, but each of them have onions and celery. But that's where they kind of added their own twist to it. You got Tex-Mex food. You can see the obvious, and so on. Even the Italian food we eat in this country is Americanized. Because spaghetti and meatballs is actually invented here in America. And the pizzas that we eat, they do not serve those in Italy. Especially the crazy stuff that we eat, you know. One of my favorite pizza places, you see me do 1 or 2 mukbangs there. This is so good. It's Pizza Mania. And when I tell you that the owner of Pizza Mania, who I know, like we speak, is from Italy. And I mean 100% Italian. Still, you know, was born there. And he came here and he's putting French fries and stuff on pizza. That's not, the pizza you get in Italy is definitely not like the kind you get here. And you can go down the line with a lot of different cultures. If you come from a culture, let me know kind of like the Americanized version of even Chinese food. That's another one too. There's something about that melted cheese inside. It's like the fat from the beef just digs in with the... I ain't mad at you. General Tso's chicken, which is one of my favorite Chinese food items growing up. I didn't know until I got older that it was invented in San Francisco. So, I don't know. I love like that. I like food history. I like cultures and kind of knowing about lemonade. You see it. Lemonade! Sugar free. Y'all can't even see my ugly face right now because I'm covering it, but... Alright, let's get into some questions as I finish. I got some questions. I didn't get to answer questions the last 2 days, so I'm gonna pick up. Let's go to the mailbag. 1 second. Now, this one appeals to my inner nerd, so if you're not a nerd like me, maybe you want to listen or you don't want to listen, but we're about to get a little bit of a comic booky, just nerd heart. I'm actually wearing a Star Wars shirt right now too. Now this question says, I have a topic. Batman movie, what would be your dream cast? Who would you compile from previous Batman franchise movies to play Batman or the Joker, etc. in an ultimate dreamcast Batman movie? I love that question. The funny part is, I don't really know of any Batmans that I truly was like, wow, they were an amazing Batman. And I think it's because I'm the type of guy who roots for the bad guys in the movies. I just am. I know it's probably not the smartest thing, but I don't know why. You can tell I had a Joker poster behind me, which I broke the frame. I still have to get it. It's actually like 3 feet away from me right there. I got my Joker tattoo, which is more of like for my mental health, but I love the Joker. My dog's name is Bane, so you know I'm a Batman fan. The big debate that everybody always has is who was the best Joker? Was it Heath Ledger? Was it Jack Nicholson? Or even like Cesar Romero, which is like the original, like the comic, the TV show. I think Jack Nicholson's Joker was really, really underrated. I think Heath Ledger's was amazing. I would not say overrated. I would say that it deserved the acclaim that he got. I absolutely love the movie The Dark Knight. If I had to pick, that's tough, man. To pick the Joker. I can't pick a favorite Joker. Nicholson was amazing. The man in the movie actually kills someone with a hand buzzer and is laughing the entire time as the buzzer is like burning the guy to death. I mean, I love that about the Joker. Again, as far as from a villain standpoint, he was the ultimate anarchist, but there's no rhyme or reason to why he did what he did. In that sense, I think I would probably go with Heath Ledger's Joker because he was a little more menacing in the things that he did. Like, he had an entire city. Well, so did he. Oh, man, it's just tough. Okay, I'm going with Ledger. In a close edge over Nicholson. As far as the Batman go, not anybody but Val Kilmer. Or George Clooney. And I love George Clooney. Terrible Batman, though. This is tough. This is tougher than I even thought. I'm thinking about this and I'm going, just take the whole Dark Knight. How about that? To me, it was the best Batman movie there is, so I'm just going with that one. There you go. You can bring Bane along, because I love Tom Hardy's Bane. Just get rid of the movie Batman and Robin. Also underrated is Mark Hamill, who plays Luke Skywalker, who played the Joker. Voiced the Joker in the live action, the comic book, cartoons, as well as the video game. Very, very good. Also hilarious in his own way. Next question. Alright, here's another question. I don't really talk about it much. What breed are my dogs? That's what it says. What breed are your dogs, Strats? If you don't know, I have 2 dogs. One of which is a lot more camera ready. He likes being on camera. That's Bane. He's 6 years old. He's a pit bull. And he is... he's a handful. I also have a German Shepherd. His name is Max. He's 4 years old. Who is also a handful. If you don't know, I'm a huge dog person. I've never met a dog I didn't like. I just feel like dogs, in a lot of sense, are better than a lot of people. They're pack animals. They're my pack, in a sense. Obviously, yes, I am the pack leader, but they all have their roles in the pack, and we're just like a crazy family in a sense. I know it sounds crazy, but anybody who has dogs would probably understand. They're an extension of my family. I look at them like they're my kids. And they're actually like 4 feet away from me over there right now, staring at me. I'm like talking to a camera. True story. This one's a little bit of a tougher question. It says, what are your thoughts on religion? There are certain things I never like to get into on camera. Religion, politics, things of that nature. I will say this, and I will leave it at that. I love and respect all religions. If you don't know, I was raised Catholic. The only thing that I will say is, don't judge people based off of their beliefs or non-beliefs. I think that you should judge people based off of their character, and over the years, and I mean thousands of years, people have been fighting over religion, and we seem to forget at the end of the day that that's not what religion teaches, is to fight over it. So I will leave it at that. I'm respectful of everybody's religion, and the only thing that I truly care about is, are you a good person or are you not? I don't discriminate based off of that, and I don't judge someone based off of whatever their religion they follow. I think we just have to be more tolerant of each other, more respectful of each other, because I hate the fact that, like, what's it going to take for us to realize that we're all humans? Like, are we going to have to, like, get attacked by aliens or something? You know? So, that one always bothered me. And I feel like it's just, religion can be a great thing. But make sure you are informed and mindful of other people's stuff and religions at the end of the day. I don't like talking about religion at all. So that's all I'll say about it. I'm not talking about my points of view. I'm just talking about loving everybody, because that's how we should do it, because we're all people. We all have blood, same blood, type of blood. So let's all get along. Next question. Let's get one more in. It says, okay, I can't really say the first part because I don't want to say the F-bomb part, but basically it says, what is your day job? That would be something interesting to talk about. I have referenced my day job a lot of times. Well, I'll do it again. What I do for a living, like what pays my bills, I'd say is all YouTube pays for, at this point, my food. And, you know, this camera. That's about it. But, which I'm grateful for. So, thank you guys, and continue to watch the ads. But my day job What I do is I have a personal training studios, not one but two, where trainers work out of. I own it. And they pay rent. I do have clients myself. That is online and in person. And we used to work within gyms. But after the events of 2020, gyms were closed down for too long, so we had to make a move some way or some sort. So we decided to, when I say we, I have a business partner who's in my old videos, but he hasn't been around just because of the circumstances. But we had one studio, which we opened in about the summer of this year, or 2020, I should say. The demand for the studio, thank goodness, got to a point where we couldn't have people, we could only have one trainer in the studio at a time, because we're obviously following the guidelines, you know, social distancing, and that kind of stuff. So we had to decide to open another one. So as of January 1st, it takes a while. Obviously, securing the building, then you got to renovate, and all these weird things that people never think about, like, you know, electricians and paint jobs and mirrors and flooring, and it's a lot. So as of January 1st, we have two studios, and they're both doing well, and hopefully by the end of this year we'll have a third one. But I've worked in the fitness industry, which people might not realize because of how I eat, because people don't like kind of look into what goes on behind the scenes, which I get because you're just seafood, no matter. But I have worked in the fitness industry since, well, about almost 10 years now. I graduated with a degree in exercise science. That's undergrad and a master's degree. I got home. I shouldn't say we. I started just kind of working as a personal trainer on the side as a part-time job, and eventually took my services to a gym where I started out on the low end of the totem pole, selling gym memberships, and working as a part-time trainer. So I was working usually each day, you know, about 10 to 12 hours, because my sales job was a 40-hour job, and my personal training job was a part-time job, about 20 hours. So I usually work from about 9 a.m. to about 9 p.m. every day. No joke. After a few years, I guess my manager liked what he saw, so I got promoted to a membership manager, assistant training director, so on. I brought my best friend in, which is the guy you see in the videos. 2 years later, he got fired from the job, purposefully. But when he got fired, I decided to quit, and we decided to become business partners and kind of do our own thing. And that was seven years ago. Yeah, I worked at that job for, I want to say, 2 or 3 years. So that was 7 years ago, and I've been doing it ever since. So I try to combine fitness and fatness. Yeah, that's pretty much my job. The social media thing is like a side gig at this point. I guess you would call it a part-time job at this point, because I put thought into it now, and I record and edit videos every single day. Excuse me, jeez. And I enjoy doing both. No matter what this channel does, I will always keep my day job, because that's my baby. I grew it from nothing. We grew it from nothing. We got it out the mud. We've had some good times, and we've had a few times where I didn't think we were going to be in business anymore. So, you know, we've made it this far. I can't see myself ever quitting that. If anything, I'll just have to find more time to do this, which I'm not really sure how that's going to work. One more question. This one's actually my favorite one. It says, "Hey King, great video. Can you do a homemade chopped cheese video?" I'll think about it. I want you to know, you are the inspiration behind this video. When I saw that, I knew I had some stuff to make chopped cheeses, and I made a chopped cheese. So, thank you very much. I hope you're watching, and I hope you got this far in this long, rambling video to know that I appreciate you. And if you are watching this far, first of all, you're a real one. Second of all, I keep scratching my head because I'm hot under this hat. But you guys have inspired a lot of content. You guys drop comments all the time suggesting things that might make the video better, things that might make the content better, things that I could probably or could do content-wise. You know, food to try, things like that. And I do read a lot of the comments and try to read as much as I can. So keep them coming. Thank you guys so much. And someone actually just commented this, and I never look at numbers, so I guess that we just recently, it was all the way up to the top, I just saw it, hit 13,000 subscribers, which, wow. I know it's not a big number in the grand scale of the YouTube universe, but, you know, we've only been at this for, I think I started in September. It's the end of January now, so that's like almost 4 months, right? September, October, November, December. So, yeah, whatever. We've been doing it for that long. So, thank you. I don't know why you enjoy my videos, but I enjoy making them. And I enjoy running my mouth to an inanimate object, that camera. I never thought I'd spend so much time in my life talking into a camera. That's for sure. But I spend a lot of time talking to myself. And I don't sleep anyway. What time is it right now? I forgot to tell you guys this. It is 3:39 a.m. I hope to be in bed by 5. It gives me an hour and, yeah, I think I can get in bed by 5. I gotta clean this stuff up. Do the editing. I actually have to go to the doctor tomorrow morning before work. Nothing crazy. I already have my blood lab, my physical, and my stuff like that. So that stuff already came back and everything's great. This is more for my routine stuff. You guys, I guess I don't really talk about this, but I've been on anxiety meds. Not antidepressants, but anxiety meds. For the better part of 7 or 8 years. And because of that, okay, let's just be realistic. They want to take my money, and the only way that they'll give me my meds is if I go to the doctor. And then I'm going to walk in there, and she's going to say, "Hey, how are you?" And I'm going to say, "I'm good. I was just here a month ago, and my blood labs came back, and I'm healthy." And she's going to go, "Yeah, I know. It's, you know, we have to." So then she's going to say, "You need a refill?" And I'm going to go, "Yeah." And then she's going to say, "Okay, bye." And I will have wasted 20 minutes of my life to give. So that, you know, they can make a couple $100 in that 20 minutes. But that's another discussion for privatized healthcare. Canada has free healthcare, but I hear bad things about that. So maybe we can get like a happy medium where it's like kinda free, but kinda not. I don't know. If I had the answers, I'd be in politics, and I don't like politics because we don't talk about that stuff here. But anyway, chopped cheese. Make one. Trust me. It's literally one of the greatest things you'll ever have. I just drank an entire ice cube. I just got these new ice cubes in the tray. They're like the long ones, so I can just like drop them in here. And I guess I didn't take into consideration when I start drinking that the ice cubes will like go down my freaking throat. So it's happened like 3 or 4 times. Oh man. There's another one. Whatever. Anyway, hey, Benny Boy King Shots. I gotta go to bed, or at least try to get a nap in before I get back to work. I didn't get home till like midnight. I tell you what, and I'm gonna ramble. I ramble. You know I ramble. And I say this all the time. No, I'm tired, bro. So tired. But I love the grind. Like it's awesome. It's awesome. Like it really is. And I can't wait to get rid of this Etch-a-Sketch beard. But I've been so tired that I guarantee you this won't last another week. Sorry, beard lovers. But anyway, Benny Boy King Shots. We will be back tomorrow. More content. I love you. The hand signs have made it to YouTube.